And we are live. So happy Friday. Although it's not a nice weather here in Cape Town today, not at all. But it's
No,
Friday.
yeah, and it's also been flipping ridiculous. It's been like, I don't know, 45,000 degrees. So actually, this is okay. This is okay. It's okay for today. Yeah.
That's a specialty in Cape Town. All four seasons in one day.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Do you want to tell us what we're going to talk about today?
I do. So December was amazing because you've got freedom. You do what you want when you want. And so most days, if not every day, is pretty exciting and there's a lot of joy. Then you come back to work, and if you are like myself or like you and we work for ourselves, then you go back to work, but it's a process. It takes a while to build up the clients and so forth, right? So it can seem a little bit after December. So today's topic is finding the joy in the ordinary. That's what we're talking about today.
We would love to hear, for those of you with us, sorry to interrupt for a second, like, how do you find your joy? What helps you to find it?
Yeah, because if we're waiting for December, we've got it's a long year to just wait for December for the joy. So the first thing is watch things grow. So this can be literally like if you're into gardening or, I don't know, planting vegetables, whatever, you can watch things grow. But I also see it as I spent a lot of December doing very long hikes, 6-hour hikes, and you literally will see things all around you and even now with change of seasons, you see things are growing, things are developing.
That's a very nice one because, also, and please share it with us for those of you watching. But it is, watch like things around you. Everything is changing, and it's not even the growing about like on the outside. It's also the growing in the different people around you, the growing in you. So, and that's amazing. Like when you look at yourself and you think, okay, where I was like in December, where I was like in a year from now, where I am today. When I look at myself, for me, that gives me my own joy.
Yep, me too.
And the second one is to pay attention to all the little things. And a lot of time we tend to focus on the big things. Okay, if I achieved this, if I've done this, what happened? But most of the time, if actually you're being honest with yourself, it's the small little thing that you pay attention to that can make you happy. It's like even like the joy of like drinking the cup of coffee in the morning and just watching the rain from the inside when you're covered. Watching some fun stuff, like going on a hike and just stop for a second and take a deep breath and inhale it and like, look at this. It's all about like a small win in your business, a small victory that you have there. That's the places where, for me, you can also find joy.
Also, on one of the hikes, there was a guy and it was a 6-hour hike. Well, actually, it was about 7. But anyway, one of the guys who was on the hike, he was hiking on his own, and he was hiking with. It was almost like he wasn't on crutches, but it was almost like he had some kind of an aid. And I looked at that and I thought, wow, how lucky am I to be able to actually do it without any help. I can physically do it on my own. So it really is. It's in the small things.
Definitely.
The next one is what you've just done, which is so exciting. So exciting, is to be of service. And as you all know, I work part-time at Say Yes, where we provide mentoring to the underserved. And very nice to have you on board because I know you've just done your interview, which is great. So it's be of service, whether it is mentoring the underserved, whether it's walking a dog, whether it's donating blood, but just give of yourself, unconditionally give of yourself.
It is, and I super agree. And like, if you can give something, and it doesn't necessarily mean to be like on the like pay for something. It's just a small thing. Like even like you had an experience, share it in a podcast. Share it in a post, share it with others. That's by you giving something else to someone else. By you doing it, like for us doing this, we actually, on one hand, we're helping ourselves. So it's kind of actually do some type of a healing, some type of like organizing stuff in our heads. but on the same time, we're trying to give you guys tools. So be of service can be in so many different ways. Just find what's right for you, what you can share, what you can give. Wait, actually, I can link it to the next one, which is, care for others. When you do something for someone else, when just being there and you care, and then you see the impact that you have, like the influence that you have, or the inspiration that you give that person, or just by they looking at you and like smiling and saying thank you. Like, I know that from my side, it works a lot to me. Like, it makes my day. And I can say, like, we launched now for the Israelis, like a book, like 101 tips for entrepreneurs, which I'm looking forward to translate this weekend, hopefully, to English. But when someone wrote to us, like, how much it helped them with a business, where does it take them to the business? Like, the three of us that wrote it, we're like, oh my God, you made my day. I literally can go to sleep now, like smiling, because I know that I made an impact. So care for others and, like do something, and really please share with us, where do you find your joy? We would love to hear it. To which one of everyone we're talking about now, you feel more connected, which one you are actually implementing. And maybe you can teach us something else, another point of view that we're not thinking about.
I think also when it comes to caring for others, it takes you out of yourself. So I think a lot of people, we have a tendency to be quite self-absorbed and quite selfish. And when we're caring for other people, whether it's in my case, it's often my mother. So whether it's your mother, whether it's your children, whether it's your spouse, whomever it is, but just care for other people, because it just means a lot. The next one,
karma, by the way, sorry, karma, like what comes around goes around. If you do something for someone else, the universe is finding its way to bring you back without even you accepting it.
Yeah. So the next one is embracing childlike wonder. I have to say, I got TOEFL qualified, and now I'm applying for part-time work teaching English online. And you can either teach children or adults. And I have to be very, very, very honest and say, embracing your child wonder. Like, I just think about some of these demo videos that you have to do, when you're working with 4 or 5-year-olds, you put a costume on, you talk about the bus going around the tree, and I'm just thinking that I don't have the child wonder. So for those of you who do have the child wonder, embrace it. I don't have it. I wish I could be silly and ridiculous and love it. But if you do, embrace it for sure.
And I know it's so much fun. Don't you like it sometimes just to goof around, to do something and feel like a kid? Like, especially like if you look at like our life today, like we always stressing all the time. Like even the fear of a failure, which I don't like using this word anymore, and I call it a key learning. But think about it, as a kid, you don't really care. You just do things, you walk and you fall and you jump. And I can sit with my yoga, there's some poses that I'm doing and I'm afraid, I'm more aware for things. And then if you think about like child, they're like easy. They don't care. Like when I do it with my friends' kids, they just jump, they just do it. And that's the fun. So allow yourself to do more things like that, find that like little child in you. And that's, by the way, in my opinion, going to keep you younger for the long run. The way I see it. So embrace it. And the next one is actually do things differently. And in everything, like, don't be afraid. There is a saying that, what is insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different outcome. Try things, try different things, try different stuff. You never know. Like if I look at where I started 2020 and where I ended 2020 and where I'm starting my year now, and not only like on my business side, but also on my personal life, I'm learning to do things in a different way. I'm challenging myself. And then when you do something in a different way, it makes you excited. It kind of brings type of a joy to you. And especially if you do it and it actually works, you do it, it works. You're like, oh my God. And it's the small things that, like, and I'll take it to the second one, like, pay attention for the little things. So by you changing small things that you can change, like for you also helping, like thanks to you, thanks to our previous podcast, I've also joining like as a mentor thing to the Say Yes, which I'm super excited. But that's me doing things differently. That's me actually starting to take this year in a different journey. a year ago, I wasn't sure that I'll be able to do this. Now I'm super excited of it. So,
Yeah. I think also the beautiful thing is, when I do a bit of journaling and I do meditation and I do exercise and all these various things. And I think it's a lot of space to kind of think back on the last year or the last month. And I'm very present to how things are currently and looking at, previous months or last year and going, so what worked and what didn't? And I think the things that didn't work, well, a great opportunity to do things differently, because then you'll definitely get a different result for sure.
And take to the, like being a child, try. What do you carry? Give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. So what? The no is always there. So if you can just get a yes out of it, you'll be surprised, like how happy you can be out of from this. So before we sum it all up, and the topic we're talking about, we're going to remind you that every Tuesday we talk about marketing topics, and then we do it at 11 o'clock, and Friday also 11 o'clock on personal development. So we just join us, and if you want to go live with us, if you want to do something outside of your comfort zone, if you want to do something different, join us. Yeah. Do it with us. We are encouraging you to do it.
Yes. So the first one is to watch things grow.
The second one is to pay attention to the little things.
The next one is come be a mentor and say yes. No, I'm joking. Be of service. No, but I'm not joking. You can be a mentor as well as say yes.
I must admit, the interview, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not hired to this. But it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do. So help. And care for others, where it's not just all about us.
And embrace your childlike wonder.
And do things differently. Really push yourself to do things outside of your comfort zone. We pushed ourselves. Look where we are more than a year after. And we keep on doing it and keep on pushing, and that's amazing. So let us know what helps you. Where do you find your joy? Where do you find your joy during the day? In the small things and watch things. Like for me, I find it also like in yoga with my friends, by doing podcasts like this, and so many things with the dog that I adopted now. And you know how I'm challenging myself, and soon everyone will know how much. So just let me know. And
so just find joy in something every single day. It doesn't have to be big, but just find joy in something every day.
Exactly. That's the best way to do it. That's how we actually, even with all this crazy time with COVID, and no one really knows, how long it will take, even when some countries doing the vaccine and everything, find the joy, stop worrying so far. Live the moment. So thank you for watching. If you have something to share with us, please let us know. Please let us know also, what are your takeaways from these videos? What are you going to maybe make a change, or maybe you're happy with where you are? So just let us know. And we're going to wish you a happy Friday.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Wait, before we do, I see that there is a comment. Being aware and grateful for everything and helping people find themselves gives me joy. That's amazing.
Nice. Yeah.
So thank you for sharing, and keep on giving. Yes, we need more and more people that will give to each other and without expecting.
Yep.
Awesome weekend.
Bye.